Safakan. Anona no pay me here chire amano. Ya denye baba. Nahini dana be triso. Nahini dana be triso. Ya be friend se onwanwa. Deja photo for asumdwe hine. One hine na oye ohine enne da chiri wiasin kosi na wieye oye hine na oye hine afebo Before shisha juma ya midi wo chame Dr. Father Dixon Kennedy Asante Osei Sofo Kodwa Asante 7 bar for Peter Square Isaac Opoko Pretty Joyce Dominic Nyanyu Nana Pepra. On the flip side and pay of course Mami biama kwafo Miami niabema Madi nyina odi ahenkan kwame yeboa Na no papa bi frɛ me I don't know odi ahenkan otare so aka wasem sa na me say Mabe complain ama Miawa no Efa ho Pase e pese kan bi cho odi na me say bi me ne odi asem mamumam Munyama yemienu na Obamu a yebetimi atwa ye ho yebetimi aka abomu adwu mpabro etimemem odi jama yen a eframe na ya okese that me Catholic jide hia me pa entu shia me abetimi aframe the cardinal. I am not a cardinal but I am the cardinal. I don't bring come on Ghana Bar Association had the resolution be about bonting after we meeting on Mokoye. Ghana Bar Association, or say resolution of the Ghana Bar Association passed at its 2025 mid-year conference held at the Labadi Beach Hotel, La Accra, on Saturday, the 26th of April 2025. Anope minia bema udia nkan kwame yeboa wa ha. Anope mene no be Kokrokoo na Ghana Bar Association de tu dwanum. Iwi ana afin komo bia e wo ho no ye de atoa so Agwena yaw mache ya nua ya sheshia ya sheshia argumenti asi ya shia say ya chew ya shia nso ni semu de asi ache kakra ache anopo so ho ayefe me da ase papa ho ayefe pa me yosunani watade no so fatal kama me da wano ase ne otai no fatal pa me da wano ase papa ya me nshira kusie de no ho nyefe kwa na nye ni dua aya de pa
akunya wote sunenti de obeka bia no kre enya de ameka bibia na enya na obe solution enya na obe pon de na kese patie sikrum
kwame me kwakata bi Ghana Bar Association e bi da wanim
me ba twa wa no wada mama me copy da hey
great enti anope enye ho adwuma kakra bi ne nhwa ade Alternative was a resolution of the Ghana Bar Association passed at its 2025 mid-year conference held at the Labadi Beach Hotel, La Accra, on Saturday, 26th April 2025.
The Akata Ike say, Penufo, dear question of Ghana Bar Association, Kunu, Adeshe, ACI, Bosumi Wemwa, Neda Netoso, Dununsia, Ewo Labadi Beach Hotel, I just say, a whole cratano, and I alkese, Waka, a Tiffin Seminole.
We, the members of the Ghana Bar Association herein assembled at the 2025 mid-year conference of the bar at Labadi Beach Hotel, La Accra on this day, the 26th day of April 2025, stand united in our collective responsibility towards advancing the rule of law, justice, and the sustainable development of Ghana.
Osi ye ekuome nyina ehiem eye media conference afino empa mu conference ye ewo Labadi Beach Hotel bosumi eye April ne de toso aduonu oforiso boso ne de toso aduonu ensia na ye nyina ye gina se yafunkromu ade ye nyina gina ewo kru yem se ye behwe ne aboa ma perepere yo ne mraso die ene o mampuntu o mra kwa so no atimi akoso ewo ye man Ghanem.
Recognizing the profound and pivotal role the legal profession plays in shaping a just, fair, and transparent society, and reasserting our commitment to upholding the rule of law, ensuring justice for all citizens, and promoting high standards of integrity within public life.
Osi say ye hwe yankasa ye dwumadie kese a eda yeso se adwuma se ye ka emra wansem ye be se periperi yo fan yo ebetena ye mpotem ni miemie nyina ni asa hyemu kina se ampa ye gina ho memra se mra ba adwuma na ommamu dihye bia nso emra bebo no ho ban ni asa aboa ma emra no nso ya pegem na emudie abam ama Ghana fo nyina hu se ampa omman ye de periperi yo ne emra na ebo ho ban.
Acknowledging the central tenets of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, particularly those enshrined in its preamble, which binds all citizens and the state to the principles of freedom, justice, probity, and accountability.
Now, Osa Akadia Fosu BM say, Afia Pema Hanko, Ediokumi, no, Emrapon, Emrakuni, a Bogana Hunina, Bino, Yebeshemu Kenania Jatum say, Emrana Kenya Boom say, O Memwa de Shabako, Emra and the Mania Fahudi, Periperio, and they say, Bubwa Contapadia, Chomen will be first a Bwakwanso, when you say Tam, into Omu Jatum say, Afia Pema Hanko, Ediokumi, no, Emrakuni, no, a Kagana Fuina Boom. Embracing the
key role the legal profession plays in national development and in the administrative of justice.
Say yes, I simukina nia shemukina say I am pa emra ene periperio e dia kotene pa ewo ye man chichiriyem.
And in furtherance of the theme of the mid-year conference of the bar, expanding the role of the legal profession in national development, positioning the GBA as the fulcrum, hereby resolve and declare as follows.
Osini nyina nti wo bontofa say yen Ghana Bar Association ye kire ye gina bia yen so ye twaka ye wo oman mpuntu ne nkoso no enhyiamu no enyoma bia yabbo na paapo no na ye de ebetudwai.
Matters affecting the legal profession.
Ose eye enyoma ha emredwuma no anase judiciary ne emredwuma nyoma ha wom and obetum obeshemu njin.
Point number 1, withdrawal of directive on assignment of courts and fixing of dates for newly filed cases and applications, recognizing that the directive by His Lordship, the Acting Chief Justice, on the assignment of cases by his office is uncertain, and having regard to the importance of technology and the agency of justice delivery, the Ghana Bar Association respectfully requests that this directive be withdrawn and the use of technology in the assignment of cases to the court enhanced.
Wam say, Edio, Sir Abia, some year the court to Nayas, oh, yet to usher that fine could see, a year acting Chief Justice, Ediabetu Jano, Omsoman and Yagrin, Nemuno, if you are sick with him. Ye bet me for Abefu Quanso, Abuama, and Summer Air Coco, Tessie, and then yet translate man transcribed my for Abefu Quanso, Dino, a ho. And yes, Shemukina, Tissan acting Chief Justice Ediabetu Jano, almost send any day no boom, one train sign.
2. Suspension of the Chief Justice. A. Revocation of suspension. The Ghana Bar Association calls for the immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice as it considers the suspension to be unconstitutional, considering the fact that the President, who is not a judge or judicial officer, exercised his discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 146(10) of the 1992 Constitution in the absence of a published constitutional instrument, statutory instrument, or regulations governing the exercise of the said discretion as required by Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution.
There are to be a new A and A. Asma Wakanya say, Omo Ghana Bar Association for a can in prim say, Chief Justice Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, out to the Jume dear Asensano, once a man Jumea. Na Mampeni, one ya judge, our mem, or my Miranka Ghana Mampeni, a judge, no man so ya demra and every. Na sell Mampeni, Betimiakasa, and Bakum Yonumi and 70 Chief Justice, where Ginny Jume dear friends was suspended near running Semono, and Yadomune Ghana Mampeni Adjin. Or say a mradi Juma Article 146(10) 1992 Constitution a canny pay face a Ghana Mampeni to a seven previous one year to the more catcher Mampeni na say Oman and Yagrin say Chief Justice well to not say Juma Diana OD say Chief Justice no on Sanfana Diamano.
Enactment of regulations, that is B. The Ghana Bar Association hereby also calls for the immediate enactment of clear and comprehensive regulations relating to matters under Article 146 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness in all proceedings involving superior court justices, particularly in the context of the impeachment or removal of such officers.
Ghana Bar Association say e was so mutimi e kuruche nsem bi kuruche mre bi no mode bo adwuma no ho ban e wo Article 146 no e wo Ghana Emrem Republic of Ghana ni nyina ne sen sa nyoma mu be kuruche ne betimi aboa ama fan your per your akuntabuo ene si edi obi asem na enye kataso mu aso nyina no e betimi abam ni titiri ne say obu ano Supreme Court ebi ano e justice na yafa kwan bi so se pese yi ni di free ho e wo se etimi kuruche nyoma bon nyoma bi pose nyoma weni eni nyina so ebetimi agina na obi eye officer bi sa o Supreme Court judge ana High Court judge nyoma weni agina so de yenti ya anya sa nyoma na eni asem impeduasa ebe question ntwene eja ne ewo fascinant kuru umia wo kem wa mia so a ne nayite.
C. Release of decision on prima facie case. In addition, the Ghana Bar Association calls on the President of the Republic of Ghana to immediately release the full decision establishing a prima facie case against the Chief Justice consistent with established precedent. This disclosure is necessary to ensure that the process is conducted in accordance with the principles of transparency and fairness.
Ghana Bar Association saying Kaba we soon come Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nina ne saying woman say mami and Tanzania kwa du biara mokruche diata na pampam say kwe na magina so outwana suspension sabin periodasa mumawia mum Monfa sa nyomani nyina bengu abonten na Ghana Bar Association for ma ben no munya bin kenkan no monte ase se ensem kon no sa na enum sia enti ena mampani gina so a watwe mami asensen na mami sobo ne kwadu ade abon obi anfra ne kwasu ehu bi enti ayedan ne etimi gina ade aye ehu ye so etimi bo mami kwadu atwene sensen enti Ghana Bar Association emnakuni fokwe e ka kire mampani wa hobrasem se so apeso obi anwu se pere yo fan yo ewo gina wasi ni mu dia eni won fa mu nsem to abonten na Ghana fo nyina ehu de etuam anya sa na ye kataso muamuaso.
D. Denunciation of prejudicial comments. Furthermore, the Ghana Bar Association denounces any and all unsubstantiated political commentary or statements that seek to undermine the authority, independence, and integrity of the judiciary. The association affirmed its commitment to safeguarding the sanctity of the judicial process and resolves to take all appropriate legal measures to protect the judiciary from undue interference or unjustifiable attacks.
Say amanfo betuo manidiasi judicial no mekire emra emo di mra mu akotere wo memu na manwosem kasa ne namu na nkasa twie ne akutiabo wo mu no Ghana Bar Association say no kwani nyame ne nie enya de on betanse de on sa show demri fam say yemfo me se kan nwa nanka on be de on betimi aye bia no mo de abo ye mra na ho ban say de be a obi entimi frequent mfi meto nsho mo so enkensema enye no kura nwo mahwani mu ase so mu gidi se mra ya de bo man nyina ho ban no ekotofo se wi ene akese ne so nketwa no mu ombubu se pe na nketwa no so ja opepa bi de nti akire ti do mu kan nyina ne se amanwose makekanfo beto ahwe mo so akeka nsem bi ne de enya de asabem peduasa won be makwan sa
matters affecting the nation.
Enyoma omu susu se omen Ghana Bar Association susu se omen hayen enomo bebo ho dawuri.
Number 3.
De tosu miensa.
Galamsey and destruction of the environment.
Say Galamsey ye fa sebu akwan bone so na ye tu foma gudie enne se ye ni abre se atenaye oduma gba nyankopɔ de mayen ye se na no pawia numre.
Acknowledging the grave threat that illegal mining activities into bracket Galamsey pose to Ghana's environment, water bodies, farmlands and public health, the Ghana Bar Association
o say womu hwe se de efoma gudi a yetuo ye fa ne Galamsey ha Ghana tena ye yensuwa ensase ebetimi de ayekua yapamuden wonsam eno na Ghana Bar Association for say
1. Unequivocally condemns the ongoing Galamsey activities across the country and calls for immediate, decisive and sustained action by all arms of government, law enforcement agencies and relevant stakeholders to eradicate the menace.
Wamu si we wamu kan pain asechire na kachire Ghana mpanfo nyina se sadia Galamsey to ome ese ome no ewose nyina etimi ye baako nya adwen baako na aban kura bata nyina da agencies enipa bi o kan bi wo mu nyina se yansore ne gasantia sera bia sa suban boni Galamsey boni ibetu ase afri ome.
2. Urges the judiciary to prioritize and expedite the hearing of Galamsey related cases, ensuring that offenders are held accountable in accordance with the law without fear or favor.
Ghana Bar Association says ekobasa Galamsey wunsam so kokopiem wo court a wo sre mperifo edi akotene wo embrem se ahohare so yanka ne ntentem na won enam so ese yensa ase no yemfom famra kwan so a osuro eni ehu bia eni akire.
The Boko conflict.
Boko entokwa ekosoro so Ghana Bar Association say ehawom.
The Ghana Bar Association, noting with deep concern the conflict in Boko and recognizing its devastating impact on lives, property, and national cohesion, hereby resolves as follows. Ghana
Bar Association says, Omohwe oko a ekwoso Boko a say omedwa pade akra nkwade dwam na emma nkabom ni oman chichire ye enkoye wo ho a eno so sei eno mo kafa ho.
1. Commends the urgent and genuine mediation efforts in Boko conflict, emphasizing the importance of peace, dialogue, and national unity.
Say omobo empenfa baso wo animanima na mo metuo so mo behwe emasunjwa ba Boko na omatoato adwen na yatete ho ase no eyade papa cho mo bo empenfa baso.
Supports the involvement of eminent chiefs across Ghana whose wisdom, neutrality, and traditional authority are critical in fostering reconciliation and lasting peace.
Wasi wasanso bo nananama tankonya nananama hemfo a wo munyansam no munimdie ma sabem predua so mo jo mu gina ntam no mo fa mo fore amanyosem no tumi o mu kura se nananom akambo ma mu nyina eboa sede be ya odone ntiase ne nkabom ebekoso atena ewa asundwem ewo Boko.
Calls for strong and unwavering support for the Asante Hene Otumfuo Say to the second and all traditional authorities engaged in the mediation process and urges all parties to cooperate fully and respect the outcomes of the mediation efforts aimed at restoring peace to Boko.
Ghana Bar Association say omo tai crop ya asante kotokon wo tumfo se otu ababio na chi pampe say ye nyina ye mo ni chi dom say de be ya aginasie ne nkitawudi a oni mpanifo ye no ye be ya tum na so muto ato adwen sa adwen nyina wie no mo de ho amane so betu dwa obese say asomdwe nti ye nsom se kwan ne mfanya adwuma.
Commits to using its voice and platform to advocate for a peaceful resolution and will support any constitutional and legal measures necessary to secure ending peace in Boko.
Ghana Bar Association somba kwa swadi omo platform krom abodawura kasumdwe nsam said ye be ya ombegina Ghana mra sonso na aboa masumdwe ne bambo esafata atena Boko.
Unresolved Ablekumanov parliamentary elections.
Or say Ablekumanov, a one Ablekumatifido, Abaya 2024, Amafu Diomo MP, a hobby permanent, Yentimin Cam Yohundia MP.
The Ghana Bar Association notes with concern the lack of parliamentary representation for the people of Ablekumanov, despite their active participation in the 7th December 2024 elections.
Ghana Bar Association say enyomo de enyomo fe enyade o manager ho kra sabosumi December ne de toso so emfiem pimine ne donu nan ye to aba wo Ghana ha nyina Ablekumanade chance kwoto ubie na suewie ye boboye no bepimine wo munnim de omomra hye bedwani.
Calls for the Electoral Commission, the 2024 Election Security Task Force, particularly the Ghana Police Service and other relevant authorities to take immediate and necessary steps to resolve the situation by completing the collation processes and declaring the results of the parliamentary elections so as to uphold the democratic rights of the people of Ablekumanov.
Ghana Bar Association somebody at the Sadia to Electoral Commission and an Election Security Task Force 2024. It's Ghana Police Service. Any ekwekone eye empenfo mu can be a woman enemy say enemy ya. Woman twana more na collation process no ya kwa kan bana wudi odi nkun yanya ntem. Na Ablekumafo abaya tu omdom hu ji mu koto omo de. Omu hu obenten anasa asumesi ena ye omomra hye bedwani. Anya sa na 7 period empenfo say didija muna and nam Ablekumafo ye didi ajom nti muna no mbede wombe muna.
Dated in Accra the 26th day of April 2025.
Sa ensama na yaka se wisa no brofo wese akoburofo na mso de achimtwi echeche mu nyina no wo mo twa no bosume April forifo bosume ne da ne toso aduonu ensia enkran kropon mu a.
Mrs. Efuagati, National President, Kokrokoo Jewubafo, National Secretary signed.
GBA omupani odano yowurare Efuagati ono ye president was sign say we ena Kokrokoo Jewubafo National Secretary churchofo pani ema GBA ono so we wasan ne de.
Kwame,
yaw,
you are a Brit.
Me da say
We are British ampa.
Yes,
why are they? Kwame, GBA statement. The NFL may who pa anka unya ya ese komu ka ho asem omanka.
I say komu ka omanka. Mienu ena nka misusu se komu de ka de omaka no ho a ka be me de.
De here.
Ka fra miensa.
Okay.
Eye yakwan. Enyinam nkane na enyina so no. Ena yapom de nsem.
Okay.
A wobekọ ayasa bia kese ni bi. Na sebe empowered as ni daso na ya hwe ne kura no na bi ni ho ena akwan a ayi monchimonka akwan a contractorfo ya asiyeye asiyejai ena nkane an so anka de 24 hours no enu so ntimi nyina so emmo me ade hye ntimi fanya 24 hours no sa nwuma miensen ebe kadada amabobo no so ho a enka mani bejepa
yo kwame so mame enko nyame tweme na meba sisi ana yasan atoaso ma menkwa homa no so Honorable Inusa Fuseni lawyer penin na we senior partner and Law Trust Company hona udini juma we former MP so ewo Tamale Central eba Ghana mrasem a lawyer Inusa Fuseni yobi a ono onzuro so obekere na adwen e na obisa no so a de na adwen ye no Obeka, he will not shy away from a comment on any national matter. Council, Anope, Peace FM, Yadasi, as always, say the BIF Rewa, Oji Enso.
Mr. Minda was to say, what friend is my dream was some dear. of national importance.
You, yeah, that's a papa. The other kind, Ghana Bar Association resolution on Pacho, what who be?
Send me a member. My kind.
Okay. So, the important, especially on issues of more touching on some 3 key issues be Bakoye Chief Justice and Ensem, and the other one no a prejudicial comment afe galamsey boku conflict a matter so dear to your heart and Ablekuma North generally then anamo pesa mo kire.
Oh, first of all, Mamika said the resolution no the APA after the mid year bar conference no nipa bebre nwanwa say resolution at me PA because resolution no anka say the 2 days na PA na one no far resolution no because at the end ever out Cecia somehow paints a picture. Say the MPP do the Omo Bar Association, no, Ghana Bar Association, no, Omo capture the Bar Association to use for political ends, and that's not good for the Ghana Bar Association. I don't think that me kasa. If we got this administration of the Ghana Bar Association 2 or 3 days before mid-year conference, almost issue a statement. That statement almost say following closely at what is happening. Almost any infraction of the Constitution, at particularly Article 146 of the Constitution. Now, almost say yen and make sure say Oman Penini John Dramani Muhammad in implementing Article 146 of the Constitution on breaching any of the provisions. And I thought that was fundamental to the rule of law. Say, yenti law na echi year, and that was a statement that was issued by Ifua Gati's leadership of the Ghana Bar Association. Just 3 days after, the normal capture the Bar Association to issue a statement that is deeply embarrassing. That's very deeply embarrassing. Because one could say the president's suspension of the Chief Justice is unconstitutional. How can the Ghana Constitution say that? When in the face of decisions of the Supreme Court of Justice, Ranford, France, and the Attorney General, the Bar Association, lawyers, the Omu case, Omu Ghana Bar Association. What did the court say? What did the Supreme Court say in that case? On Omar Rifiana. And that particular provision of the Constitution, Article 296C, was the subject matter of the pronouncements. And I'm so embarrassed by the resolution because this Ghana Bar Association, and it's composed of lawyers, including the lawyers, the Omuye cases in court that touch and concern Article 296C of the Constitution. Then you will say that the president acting to suspend the Chief Justice pursuant to Article 146, 10C, 10D, 10A, is unconstitutional. Oh, by what reasoning? By what reasoning? And then to call on the president to revoke the suspension. This is the Ghana Bar Association. Oh no. That's not the Ghana Bar Association that I know.
Okay.
So that is why many people say, I didn't. Has Ghana Bar Association certainly, is that Reverend Winkle, have they certainly woken up from their slumber?
Okay.
In the face of the infractions, the AKE, even the Tumulovo, do you hear Ghana Bar Association talk about it? Even when the Supreme Court ruled that the matter, the sacking of Tumulovo by the Nana Akufo-Addo was unconstitutional. Did you hear the Ghana Bar Association comment on it? What year?
Menkai.
When I comment on it, this was the dealing. I mean, dealing with somebody in office that the court had reason to believe that the act of the president was unconstitutional. Civil society organizations, ECA, said what the president was doing was unconstitutional. It was not the Ghana Bar Association. It is civil society organizations. The Omodi case no court. After a long delay, court no pronounce yes, Adie de Nana Akufo-Addo Ayeno was unconstitutional. Did you hear the Ghana Bar Association? It's so sad.
Okay. Lawyer, Pacho nema be mienu na me pese me bisa de kan ne se Ghana Bar Association at the resolution ba bontene a kwan be na mofa so ye no.
Oh. On the table, it will be part of the discussions. It will be part of the discussions of the association. And then someone will move a motion for that resolution. Then that motion must be supported and a vote taken. Now, what has happened? As a member of the Ghana Bar Association, I know what has happened. What has happened was simply that Omunim said lawyers no bebre omunko. MPP for lawyers no Omunim said bebre enko Ghana Bar Association meeting no. So Omum Mashale Omuhu. And they went and captured the meeting. And moved the meeting to pass a resolution, which resolution was hotly contested on the floor of the district. Hotly, I did the MT here because that day I was not even there.
Okay.
Then there were many people in the meeting who fundamentally disagreed. But ASA Omum Mashal Omohono, the MPP lawyers marshaled themselves. Omum mobilized Omoho Ekoho and captured the Ghana Bar Association to issue such prejudicial statement. A resolution that is inconsistent even with a statement the Bar Association issued here just a few days earlier.
Okay. Two things that me pese me hu. One, ebra issues no by on table before the house no. Keenly contested or not, omoto also aba ana na majority necessary.
Oh, video, I wasn't there, so I can't give the full details of the distance. What I have been told is what I have narrated. I was not there.
Because the Tiana may be Sasa and say ye kuo na ye be committee, meaning say there will be proper fencing call to a meeting appropriately.
Oh yeah, there was a proper call to a meeting.
There was a proper
call. The meeting was advertised. The mid-year conference was advertised.
Okay, so
I received information from the Ghana Bar Association that they were going to hold a mid-year conference.
Great. And they say advertised properly according to Muamon Shesheye. Now the lawyer be decided say on kwa. How do you blame Obise or no Namasha forces? Now other ones now Omankon. What were they doing? Why did they not go?
Yeah, it's an association. So it's an association. You can decide to attend the meeting or not attend the meeting.
And he said, who decided say won't go? No more Makanoko, no more Koshemra. Semrano, as a chiro, Anna.
And I can criticize it. And that's why many lawyers have criticized the decision.
No, criticism, yes. But whether you criticize or not, it doesn't change the fact, say, the majority of members present at that time, so decision will not take here, and it becomes the position of the association. And yes, sir.
It doesn't change the fact, but it doesn't take away your right to criticize the decision.
Not at all. Not at all.
It doesn't change the fact.
So,
but as a member of the association, I'm worried about the image of the association. I'm worried. Let's say me contribute. Every year I pay my dues. I'm a paid up member of the Ghana Bar Association. Until every a meeting or every information on my because I'm paid up. Until even though I never attended the meeting, there is a vicarious responsibility. And the Ghana Bar Association owes me a duty of care. Me a member, paid up member. It is a Ghana Bar Association leadership. No, say who say they have a duty to protect the association. Doesn't mean that people can take the meeting, hijack the meeting, and embarrass the association.
Hijack hadn't the bear on Kakrama interest say you could say and that's say Yabeko. And maybe someone be called meeting more advertiser motion agenda mobile discuss and say no so yana
no the resolution was not part of it. There was just a mid-year meeting.
Okay, but what has been the practice? Some mid-year conference here.
Almost selected people to come and talk about various aspects of public life, about various practices in the court, about new things that are coming up. My deliver paper on behalf of Dominica Yini when the law school matter came up. It was a media. What was the way forward? David Neighbor, at that time, so far, Akufo Chief Justice was the Chief Justice. No, so I went and so Omu can say, the way the law school matter is coming up, what is the way forward? What do we do? How can we help the government and the General Legal Council to resolve the issue? So, and Ayini was to present the paper, not on need. So I went and presented the paper on. So it's there like that. There's no resolution on the. Someone moved it. It was not advertised as a program.
I see.
That's why I say it's hijacked. It was not part of the program. How could it have been part of the program, Minua? 2 days earlier, Ghana Bar Association had issued a statement. So how can they issue a statement saying that, well, let's watch the process carefully? As member of the Ghana Bar Association, let's watch the process carefully and ensure that there are no violations. Then 2 days later, after the statement, they are passing a resolution, and they are making and they are advising people not to make prejudicial in the resolution. Prejudicial comments. People should not make prejudicial comments. Meanwhile, they have made a prejudicial comment. They have said that the suspension is unconstitutional. It's not prejudicial. That's why everybody's embarrassed. I mean, lawyers are so embarrassed that they don't know what to do.
I see. But the you can say Sauka say MPP for a hijack GBA.
Hijack, we know what happened. Send me a lawyer. Send me a Ghana Bar Association member. And we know what happened. We know what happened.
What happened? Share with us.
They just simply, they went on to, NDC had we also have lawyers platform, NDC. And they have a lawyers platform, MPP. They simply mobilized. They simply put it on that. All of them should come there. So those who were there were mostly MPP lawyers. No, lawyers who were sympathetic to the MPP, the cause of the MPP.
But
so they overran the executives.
Okay, so what stopped the lawyers who are also sympathetic to the NDC?
We never thought that matter will come up. Because everybody was watching the process closely. We never thought that matter will come up. To be honest with you.
Oh, I see.
We never, because Ghana Bar Association had issued a statement saying that watch the process, and everybody's watching the process carefully. And the generality of Ghanaians are saying, it looks like the process, the fidelity and integrity of the process has been followed. So let's watch and see how the trial will go. Everybody was watching. And that's the generality. Even watch many people, even look at sample the commentary. So we never. And so if we went there and we're talking about the process, what were we going to say?
Okay.
Not knowing that some people had their agenda. Omonko hijacking capture. It's part of the capture. Now it's out of state capture. It's capture of the Ghana Bar Association.
Okay. But be as it may, yeah, can say there, this is the position of the Ghana Bar Association. Anna?
But it's a brutal fulman. You know brutal fulman?
Debut.
Say when before you see tender, you will see lightning. Not so.
Sure.
The lightning is more dangerous than the tender. But the tender is fearful. Not so.
Sure.
But that's no damage. That's what it is. Brutal fulman is just empty noise.
Empty noise.
Empty noise. Nothing is there.
Noisy Bar Association.
No, noisy bar association.
Like this, I would say to me, more.
Noisy bar association. That's you have just brutal fulman.
But
because you see, you are not a court. The Ghana Bar Association is not a court. It's an association. As a coup, you have no jurisdiction whatsoever to pronounce on the constitutionality or otherwise of an action of the president.
I see.
And then you go and issue such a statement. There's no jurisdiction. They lack the jurisdiction to do that.
Okay.
You can't do that. You can't pronounce on the. And then you see, that's why everybody's worried. You see, as an association, we should know the law. The law is vested. And even Article 296, the 296C, that the bar has made serious pronouncements on that. That what the Ghana Bar Association is saying was argued in the Ranford case, Ranford Francis case. And said, look, if you are going to say that, hey, in political decisions, anytime that a politician is going to make a decision, he must publish rules and regulations. It will lead to a nuclear meltdown. What is happening to be? That. And especially, it's not all may. The court has said on repeated decisions. So it's not all may, which is discretionary and permissible. It's not all may. And some mays must be read as shall. For instance, if the Council of State comes to a decision that the Chief Justice must be suspended, while the committee established under Article 146 is to sit on the matter, can the President actually say, I won't follow the Council of State? Even though may is used there. Minia. Or if the Council of State says, no, don't suspend the President, don't suspend the Chief of Staff, don't suspend the Chief Justice, can the President actually say, no, I won't follow you, I'll suspend the Chief Justice? Because the thing says, the President may, on acting in accordance with the advice. Acting, and so that power, the thing I'm seeing in other interventions, I've said that even constitutional lawyers appreciate what is there. The formulation of Article 14610A. There is a procedural limitation on the power of the President to suspend the Chief Justice. That limitation is that, you see, when you read Article 58 of the Constitution, exclusive executive authority is vested in the President. That some of the limitations on the exercise of that executive authority is what we see in Article 14610A, that the President must act in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. So when you take may just standing alone to be discretionary and permissible, you might be making a mistake of interpretation.
Council, I know Peace FM does it. As always, your friend be out your time, my yeah, that's it.
And that's it.
You, lawyer Inusa Fusaini, and Yaneno Etchin, Sir and Komoi. Na yen free lawyer Inusa Fusaini, so na yen call lawyer Kwame Adolfo, and so. Council, Margin. Now what is saying?
Unia hoye na ozwe.
Yanko pardon. Hoye pa. As usual, primate ni hoye.
Ni hoye pa.
Aya chia no mami.
Oda wasi. Se ana ochia no.
Emfa menchi ani ni o ni hia me pa why.
Oda wasi pa.
Ka che ulma se me chia no pa.
Oda wasi pa.
You.
So kai ukrum ho police officer ya ne ma mi wu Sanse Kwame Nyamiti Ekrum.
Goso.
Ushia no nene chai. Ebi ana uno tizi.
Oh, menene chai pa. Me kai pa. Your friends Commander Duku mame.
Commander Duku mame.
Aye, Commander.
That's right.
Yo. Council no pay ya da sese wenya ye ho adaje. Pacho Ghana Bar Association katan about resolution when you be ahwe.
Pacho menyebi.
Generally, mamenje wadwen kire wo issues na omobo boss no
in fact, I don't have a copy in front of me. It's on my phone.
Okay.
I will struggle to be able to recollect,
Okay. All right. But my main kind of particular importance for our discussion this morning on the issue of the Chief Justice. So, Chief Justice, one, they talked about suspension of the Chief Justice. Or say, hey, Council Bajo, radio be or chionka, but not John Kakrama Menanka. And Aquano Expos Nenia Brepa. I, but who's all Arigopuku Expos or Mat. You. Under suspension of the Chief Justice, Ghana Bar Association say, one, the Ghana Bar Association calls for the immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice as it considers the suspension to be unconstitutional, considering the fact that the President, who is not a judge or judicial officer, exercised his discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 14610 of the 1992 Constitution in the absence of a published constitutional instrument, statutory instrument, or regulations governing the exercise of his said discretion as required by Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. Then again, under B of that same issue, or say, the Ghana Bar Association hereby also calls for immediate enactment of clear and comprehensive regulations relating to matters under Article 146 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness in all proceedings involving Superior Court justices, particularly in the context of the impeachment or removal. Then C, release of decision on prima facie case. In addition, the Ghana Bar Association calls on the President of the Republic of Ghana to immediately release the full decision establishing a prima facie case against the Chief Justice, consistent with established precedent. Thus, disclosure is necessary to ensure that the process is conducted in accordance with the principles of transparency and fairness. So, basically, about Chief Justice, these are the three key things that we're more able to do. Pachomaminti, initial comment.
Minia, which me so constitution be well.
Pacho media no in a minute meet me anya mouse here.
I got me ABA Article 2962. And okay, discussion if you
Article 296. Me patch 296 me patcho me ba
296C, sorry.
Okay. Patcho there. While at it, no, they 296 on 296 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Okay. Or say Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. Okay, beba. My main Constitution and Kasanamen kind of said it. Akoma ebe toye mubiabe who said Yakai Mrananka Sankasa. Article 296. Oh, 296 so brand and found ya de na de na we.
Eba.
Oba pa.
Eba is over.
O se oba. Okay. Isaac Opoku confirm constitution ni brem you can ho. 296. Okay. I didn't wait I am in soft copy asem no.
Ai, ya ta ha dream. Mama say, "Ya me won me twen ya dia."
Okay.
You know, kuma.
Aha, anka no so be bo okay. Me see amadu 246. Me do ho see ya. Why? I didn't know where any pa. Okay, Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. Okay. I was from Pacho, Bassisi, I net lawyer Kwame Adolfo, and AD Sa and Komui, and Common FA 296, and Common FA. Ghana Bar Association resolution omode ababon te se de mote na ye honorable Inusa Fuseni enso so etwetwe eho enkomo no eno na ye pese ye ne no etwetwe eho enkomo na was it 296 saying
Okay, 296 or say where in this constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in any person or authority.
A.
Then you come to the C.
C. Where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of this constitution.
Okay. Then we go back to 246. 246. 10.
Okay. 246.
10 originals of the suspended.
Okay. 24610. So that's 24610.
I said.
Okay. 24610. 246. Okay. That's your paper. 246 has.
No, sorry. 14610.
Okay. 14610.
Yes.
Okay, maybe me cheese here 14610. Okay.
Okay. Where a petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may a discretionary. So what do you say? Until the moment may comes in, it means that and your shit discretionary power. Then that will take you back to you have no kind to was it 296? So what do you say?
Okay.
It means to say so only a corner overtake decision or discretionary power. And that's when you judge there he needs a regulation before he can suspend the Chief Justice. But so a judge there, then he doesn't need any regulation.
Okay, sir, and this regulation now 146 no can was them. Why necessary is our regulation? Parliament.
Yes.
Hey.
And a parliament is only our regulation. And the question is, can the president, acting on advice from the Council of State, suspend the Chief Justice? When Assembly say, answer now, obey take his decision. So when you judge there, and yes, a regulation, or I bet you send the obey your express with issue, exercise with discretion. There was why a judge there. You don't need a regulation. You can easily exercise your discretion. Now, why not suspend the Chief Justice?
President.
Is he a judge?
No.
Is he a judicial officer?
No, please.
So when the answer is no, it means he needs a regulation telling him how to exercise his discretion. I want to accept no dinner. In this case, there is no regulation. Advice was so from the what is it called? Council of State. But Supreme Court now can say advice here put to opa na ofa. Opa menfa. Is not binding on the president. Advice does not force the president to do anything. So it means that the president acted clearly in breach of the article, I believe, 2, whatever. What's the mechanism? Because the moment you come to May, you are talking about discretionary power. And you're not mandatory. Means that's all the year. It was about May, I want that discretionary power. That will take you to that article.
And the lawyer, Mabel. So, what you are saying is that, so this 146 no yeah Jumadia. Inisa Urefi 296C.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And the 146 now now who are they only 296C no all can say where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by a constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of this constitution or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. Correct.
Before as an ultimate exercise of discretion, it doesn't give you that room. No one says, yeah, you shall suspend it, yeah. Then you don't come back and read it with Article 296. That was the argument Amanfo raised at the forum. And on the basis of that, Ghana Bar Association realized that there was an error or a breach of the Constitution.
But lawyer said we only need you are suspending.
But we are not talking about sacking. We are talking about suspension. That the law I give we won't coin and that's what coin so suspending and that's only. And that was the basis of Ghana Bar Association. At the beginning, they were the views and let the law work. Let's see how it happens. But in the forum, discussion taking place. And the whole majority of the people there, from the view, say that provision has been breached. And on the basis of that, the suspension is unconstitutional. Who is almost cast on constitution, and then Nigina Zubiana. And you know, so much to Muse. Say, who will in an alcati? Mojumu say it be a suspension. Only a manager can suspend. That's a before for suspendia. Would the suspension hold?
No.
What I said, Nigina. And rather say, Obi person suspending Chief Justice, he may suspend. The moment may comes in, there's a difference between may and must and shall. There's a difference. It's when you call comes the may, then in your head, discretionary power comes in. Discretionary power, there. What does the Constitution say about discretionary power? Quickly, then you go to Article 296. The exercise of discretionary power. It was said, only judge there, and yet there must be a regulation. Amount that to me, so between suspending. I want to ask the media. At the moment, there's no regulation. The president was suspending a year, but the law doesn't allow him to do that without regulation. The argument me city of him and another lawyer be yes argument. Now my dream now. Now the Kokrokoo now monitoring from online. You can join online. I mean one time I'm volunteer to joining online. That argument
about the conference now.
Yes. And a horror the majority the law doesn't allow you to do in the absence of a regulation. In the bonus area, it means that you have spent power that doesn't exist. I don't know what the American here. Why exercise power here? It has not been. There will be a precondition, another condition precedent. If the decision depends on something and that something doesn't exist, it means your decision cannot be made. It
means that some discretionary powers no mampeni betimi ayusu no. Constitution in Ankasa make provision where you can use discretionary powers.
Yes.
And condition precedents. I bet me more use discretionary powers. No say.
Correct.
Some person use discretionary powers. Correct. Say way wo ansana. Where you use discretionary powers.
Thank you. I said no work.
Okay.
Now the discretionary no may no. You see, I am a mass and after shala. Then there is a different story. It's no longer discretion.
Okay.
But the moment we read here, when it comes to constitutional interpretation, and that's general interpretation generally, keywords must, may, shall. In any area we read, you need to be careful of these words. Because I don't know, can change the whole thing or the whole article. So what did the American answer? And so on the basis of this, the majority at the forum and our conference who said, this is a constitutional breach. Therefore, we need to come out with a statement calling the president to revoke his decision because it's unconstitutional. And it's a straightforward matter. I am also people are arguing this. Tell them to explain these two provisions. Whether you are not going to engage them personally, but ask them, how do they situate these two provisions or articles? Hear what they will say. Because the Constitution says, when you are exercising discretionary power, unless it's always a judge, and now you're pure money. So when you're pure money, there must be a regulation. Who has a regulation? But so if this, do this. If then, the else. If this, do that. And so on. I don't know because on the basis of this regulation, my then I thought the American answer.
Matthias, so
regulation in the hot there, then you cannot exercise that discretionary power. I'm saying many serious lawyers are getting a maso. Make not imagine maso until somebody who said lawyer B was making that argument on CTFM. Some could check here and a conference about them say, hey, this is unbelievable. It means I move away from my previous position to now position say, whenever there is a use of the word may, Constitution now are directed to may, which is a discretionary. It is a court and no it means we are in breach of the Constitution. I don't think that is the basis of bar association for. Ejina ya omusi no omasemu kiti definite position there. That decision the two articles of the amendment and tell us the interaction. This is the word I'm using. Interaction between Article 146 and 296C. Don't say where the correct interpretation is. Then I thought the American
Matthias, okay.
So that's what happened.
Okay, so away from that, lawyer for no business can say, as a Ghana Bar Association, MPP4 are a war, and our lawyers are more sympathetic to the MPP, no, or more marshal or more, and omoko no ma hijack GB, no, and on this resolution, no, about, and then almost so a more condition president, they say. 3 days before our mid-year conference, Ghana Bar Association at the Kratebi Baya, a statement on the process for the removal from office of the Chief Justice. I know Moka say, Ubia and follow the due process of the law near there. That was on the 24th of April. Then 2 days later, you go for a mid-year conference and then come up with this resolution, and that they think that as a MPP4 hijack Ghana Bar Association. As a member of the association, Oti asem we say unia lawyer ni a oka say ko hu eka bibi say ya obeyi anosen.
Na mama started to say Ghana for politics in India. It's become so hostile. Say bibi e dey come. So we even private ejimo baby the NDC MPP come. Unfortunate. Because so much that because I don't know what happened. We should all be mindful, say, our legal system is the only backbone. I defend you and me, whether you are NDC or MPP. In this area of politics, we should not bring that into our legal system. And to me personally, maybe to me, officially, anybody who is politically exposed from being a lawyer, politics are not about your lances. That will probably solve this problem. Because at the moment, we seem to be more loyal towards our political party than the constitution itself. And in terms of that, in terms of amount forecast, I have no comment, always a useful comment on that. But in relation to the previous statements, last week, by association, a release here, and a now statement, and they say, before last week, now we didn't know much about the content no class, a petition content. Now you knew much about the Chief Justice's response. When the first time I'm seeing the content response, through Unia Samijemfi. Our 70 body, our cohesive. What I'm saying, say, content a woman. Towards the weekend, and I'm the full petitions, and I'm full response of the CJ. I'm full response of the CJ, and I'm responding to sending command other lawyers. Collectively, but these allegations and the responses are exculpatory, and a sign on what basis can any reasonable person, there's a case for her to answer? Because if you look at the questions or the allegations, now when a response they won't sign. Then I am of the view, say, prima facie decision was not correctly situated. Maybe I can achieve. Let a nina so. By association issue a statement. As at that time, no Musunya petition being kind. No Musunya Chief Justice responsibility. It's not position here, just like all of us. Let the rule of law proceed, learn the rule of law works. Now, so clear, say, petition in Yasuni. So clear, say, Mameno, Esusu, Anu Yeni. I'm for say, now, quite do way any in Yasuni, dear, and I say, Nanu Yeni, dear. And I don't know what I can say, Mameno, ask them to answer. And not in the changing positions of some of the lawyers. And a bar say, and now starting to conference, they say, so as a question, no, there's a question for the woman to be answered there. Release our report. Because everything is now in the public anyway. Release near Unina so Nutiema Ujina so say. Mameno, a case to answer. It's a straightforward matter. Now, in litigation we do in Ghana, it's no longer close. It's all about because you put everything in writing. In a witness statement form. It is an anamino wasama. Answer na ubejina da kemkra. That means wasama wabe Canada. And they say you need ambush litigation ibio. So surprise na first obitude. There you dodgy. We are no yaba no surprise no good mercy. Any of you. The Sadia, I don't know who releases our reporting. Say, report no the findings in India. No be and it's important because no one is over political party. So not flimsy and I say frivolous reports na chief justice. What just start to that will be for your two abamana or so man in crop what frivolous report and our allegation about was basically so or the chief justice. Now, do you want to live in a country like that? Every 4 years, never as a chief justice. If who and the Baba judges in more, they will all want to be friends with political parties. Ebanaza, and I'm in a Tia Abaya, Judge Bielu will be now group. A Sijina, Etiabai. That is the danger. Omo, you do. Maybe they imagine young course. Danger, a word move. Because every 4 years, he has to achieve justice. That will be a banana republic. It's a position, no.
Councillor no pay yadase.
Coming down.
Onka also lawyer Kwame Adolfo so ena yene no ekasa en Kokrokoo dwumadi ena ebusia waso egusu a utie ene anopay na unim se ye chance se ne Kokrokoo ebre wa enwuma komienu APC kina farmer enupa na baako ene APC ena afei happy delight eno so heavy life for ena ede aba omada roma ene yetena se ede Kokrokoo dwumadi ebre wo one to Mr. Kwejo Benin appear from all your children, especially Amadakwa Benin. To Agnes and Imabuaten of GIS Elubo from your mom Efie Chumwa and your siblings Ernest Trineboa and Atenuama. To Bridget Ose in Tiamwa of Fidelity Bank La Paz branch. And to Mrs. Sarah Usu from Mark Usu of UTV, sorry. And to Private Jemfi Atta Francis of Airborne Force Tamale Bawa Barracks from Lucas Kofi Aboaje. Stanislaw Bema Minta of USA from your mom Queen Efia Fusia and your father King Samini. And this one says to my wife, Mrs. Mameya Ado from Nana Ado, see you and Casa Fabrics and your children. Mrs. Mameya Ado from your husband Nana Ado, certainly not President Kufuor. And to Sylvia Abena Boatema of Noble Trust Microfinance Accra Newtown branch, from your mom Antiako to your siblings Koyo, Junior, Nana and the entire family. Mama, make up fast sports, no time no call.